This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. The Missouri Department of Conservation is busy researching wild turkeys in the Show Me State, including right here in the Heartland. Now, to learn more about their project and their mission, we have Jason Isabel with the Missouri Department of Conservation here this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So thank you so much for coming on the show. You are from the Columbia area, so we do appreciate it. Now, go ahead and tell us why you're conducting this type of research.
Sure. Well, we recognized that we needed some updated information about the turkey population in North Missouri. And so we're out there studying turkeys to get updated survival rates from the population. Also, we're very interested in nesting ecology, so what percentage of our hens are nesting, what percentage of those are successful. We also wanted to get to estimates of harvest rates, so what percentage of our turkey population are the hunters removing during the spring and fall hunting seasons. And so we can use all the information that we collect from the field to build some population models, and those will help us monitor our turkey population.
Okay. So you talked a little bit about the objective, so let's go more into depth with that.
Sure.
What are the main objectives of this research? I mean, how long have you been doing this? Since 2013, I believe, was when it was implemented.
That's right.
So what is, let's go more into depth, I want to ask. So.
Sure. So we started in December of 2013, and we band each turkey that we capture, and that way we can estimate harvest rates during the season. So if a hunter happens to shoot one of our birds, they call that phone number on the band, and that allows us to estimate those harvest rates. And also for survival rates, we put radio transmitters on these birds, so we can figure out what percentage of the birds are surviving through the various seasons of the year and also annually.
Okay, so how we have another picture to kind of just show how you guys do this right now. There was snow on the ground. Now you say that once you capture them, you band them and do the radio transmission. How do you actually capture these turkeys in order to do that and then let them go?
Sure. So we use a technique called rocket netting, and so typically we are doing that in soybean fields and corn fields. And so we'll put out some cracked corn to attract the turkeys into the fields. We'll use the rocket net to fire the large net over the birds. That allows us to get our hands on the birds. That way we can put a leg band on each one and fit them with radio transmitters. It takes about 5 minutes to process each bird, and then we release them right back in the same fields where they were captured.
And right now we have a picture up on our screen that obviously you said that you put the radio transmitters on these turkeys. So how often do researchers actually monitor the turkeys that you guys captured?
Sure, we're out there tracking these birds at least 2 times a week throughout the year. We track more intensively during the nesting season, so from about the 1st of April through the end of July, we track hens at least 5 days a week, and during the spring hunting seasons, we're tracking the male turkeys at least 5 days a week. So we've got birds scattered throughout 4 counties, and so that picture that was on the screen of the truck with the antenna on top helps us to be a little bit more efficient when we're out there tracking those birds.
All right, so obviously turkey season is a very popular season for hunters. What should a hunter do if they by chance capture a turkey that is branded? Or banded, excuse me.
Sure. So if a hunter happens to shoot a banded turkey, there's a 1-800 toll-free phone number that's inscribed on that leg band. And so they would simply telecheck their turkey like they normally would. And then in addition to that, they would call that 1-800 toll-free number. That way we can find out that they've harvested the bird. Provides us some valuable information for the project, but we can also answer any questions that the hunter might have about the turkey that they harvested.
So, obviously this is a very important program for not only you as the researcher, but also for the community, because not only do you get to monitor these birds and turkeys, but it also, like you said, gives us valuable information. So everybody wants to know, how is the turkey season holding up this year? What does the forecast look like?
Sure, I think we're in for a pretty good spring season.
Okay.
Our turkey population in North Missouri is still quite a ways down from what it was in the late 1990s, early 2000s. But we've had some better hatches, some better production in the last several years. So numbers are starting to bounce back in many areas. And I think I expect our spring harvest will increase from what it was last year.
Now, is there a reason for that the numbers are lower than previous years? Does the weather, does the atmosphere or anything have anything to do with that or play a role in that?
Weather does, and the reason that we have lower numbers than we did back then was we had a period of about 4 years where we had some very poor production. And so turkeys are an incredibly long-lived species. So when you have several years of poor hatches in a row, it can really impact numbers pretty greatly. And so we had that stretch from about 2007 to 2010 where we had some very poor production. And so that's why numbers are down, but we can kind of expect that with turkey populations. They're kind of a ebb and flow type species in that they have several years of good production. Their numbers are going to really increase pretty dramatically. Several years of poor production, you're going to see a noticeable decline in numbers, and that's just a normal part of the population.
Normal cycle, too.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, very valuable information that you just shared with us. A unique research project as well. What we'll do is we'll post more information about the project itself. We'll link up information with the Missouri Department of Conservation and your number as well if they have any questions or concerns. Anything else you'd like to add?
As far as we're wrapping up our third trapping season,
Okay.
and just wanted to say thank you for any landowners that might be watching the program. We really appreciate all the support we've been given in the community. We're very grateful for that, and we simply couldn't do the project without their support.
All right. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for coming on once again. And we'll post everything on our website at ktvo.com. And again, we'll link up Jason's information as well as Missouri Department of Conservation's website, and we'll be right back.